so beautiful. What a great way to start the morning.
Good morning.
Thank you. You know, we've been listening to the talented Barbara Gorin, president of the Contra Costa chapter of the nonprofit Guitars Not Guns, and their vice president, Jay Kirkland. Thank you so much, guys, for playing for us. Okay, we want to talk about your nonprofit because that was wonderful. But let's get to Guitars Not Guns. Is it a music program or is it kind of like behavioral therapy?
I think it's a little bit of both. Guitars Not Guns started in 2000 by Ray and Louise Nelson, and they were foster parents, and Ray was a full-time musician, and he really enjoyed playing guitar, and he was always having foster children, and whenever they would come around the guitars, they wanted to learn, and then he started thinking, wait, I'm going to teach them guitar, and then they started doing better in school, and then it just went on from there, and then it grew, and he started asking his neighbors for guitars to donate, and next thing you know, he started this organization, and now we have 25 active chapters throughout the United States. Our national headquarters is in Georgia, and the kids started to do better in school. They started to build their confidence. We give them encouragement, discipline. You know,
well,
practice.
I guess one of the questions I want to know is like, and people are watching will want to know, do you have to own a guitar in order to participate?
No, you don't. We actually give the children, all of them guitars, and they think they're leasing them, that they're borrowing them. We're actually going to give them the guitars. They sign a contract, and when they finish the class, at the end of the class, we tell them that they get to keep the guitars. And they're usually stunned because mostly during the class, even the parents or foster parents will be asking, how much do they cost? Where do I get one? And we usually just tell them, don't worry about it. And sometimes we'll whisper to the parents, don't tell the kids they get to keep the guitars.
Oh, so it's kind of a surprise.
Yeah, it's a bit surprise. But yeah, we've had a lot of famous people help us out, autograph guitars and stuff like that to help auction or raise money to buy more guitars for the children.
Well, how do the kids find you? I mean,
guitarsnotguns.org, and we are also in a lot of we hold our classes at the Boys and Girls Clubs. Right now, we have a class in Antioch at a place called Stand Against Domestic Violence. We're going to have a session starting at the San Pablo Community Center. Jay is the lead instructor there, along with some other awesome volunteers. We have a class starting at the Boys and Girls Club in Martinez, and also the Martinez Library. Now they both want us at the same time, but we don't have enough instructors. So we really, really need to get the word out that we need instructors, and we are all volunteers. And Jay's been involved since 2000, well, for 5 years?
Yeah, 5 years now.
I've been involved with the program for 9 years. And I just adore it. I love what we're doing for the children and teaching them music. And
well, we don't want to run out of time. We want to mention speaking of raising funds and finding volunteers, right? You have a fundraiser coming up soon.
We do.
Yes, we do.
Thank you, Mono Cases. They're an amazing company. They make these beautiful cases. And I met them at a trade show that I go to every year. And they donated some high-end cases that we use when we have artists sign guitars, then we put them in one of their cases. And Mono Case is putting on a fundraiser on March 28th at Hop Monk in Novato. And you can go to their website, Hop Monk. It's also on our guitarsnotguns.org website. It's going to be 10 bands, and we're going to have a guitar that we're going to raffle that night. And what's cool about the guitar, it was donated to us, and it was built by kids in a high school. So, and it's an electric guitar, and they used a model of a Les Paul. So we have a built Les Paul model guitar built by children in a high school that somebody wanted at an auction for some other fundraiser, and then donated it to Guitars Not Guns. And then we have this cool electric guitar. I thought, how perfect, because the fundraiser is about music and education.
Right.
And it all just tied in so perfectly. So I said, we're gonna use that guitar to raffle, and hopefully we raise a lot of money so we can keep doing what we're doing.
Well, the most obvious question that a lot of people are going to ask, because it's built into the name of your nonprofit, right, is whether or not Guitars Not Guns is against guns, is anti-gun.
I love having this conversation because when I explain to people that we are not anti-gun, that we believe, everybody has their beliefs, but what we teach, it has nothing to do with being against guns. We have a program that we offer to kids to keep them out of trouble, to give them something positive and encouraging to do that builds their confidence. We've had children that don't even talk. They just don't talk. Yeah. They have, you know, maybe psychological issues, and at the end of the program, you can't set them up.
That's terrific. Well, you know, Barbara and Jay, thanks so much for being here, for performing for us.
Thank you for having us.
Appreciate it.
We really appreciate it.
For more information about Guitars Not Guns, music showcase and education fundraiser on March 28th in Novato, log on to hopmonk.com. That's all we have for today. Of course, all guest information from today's show can be found by clicking on the Community tab on our website at ktvu.com. And please join us on Facebook for a look behind the scenes of Bay Area People. Thanks for watching. We'll see you again next week right here on Bay Area People.